Good morning. I'm Jim Kremple, Community Outreach Coordinator with the Office of Emergency Management. It's now December, and cold temperatures with snow or ice could happen at any time. We would like to better prepare you for this kind of weather. First, everyone should keep up with the rapidly changing winter weather conditions by staying tuned to radio, TV, weather sources like the National Weather Service, and social media. Then, as you make emergency or travel plans, assess your own situation. If a listener is living alone, we would suggest they consider planning to temporarily stay with a family member, close friend, or trusted neighbor during extreme cold or winter storms. There is safety in numbers. Two or more people sheltering in place together can support one another and share resources. This is especially true of older adults with chronic illness, disabilities, or living in a dwelling with limited heating. Individuals and families should be prepared to shelter in place for 3 to 5 days during winter storms, or any emergency for that matter. That is the maximum time it may take for responders to reach you in a major snowstorm. Each person should have layered winter clothes and a warm winter blanket available. Store 5 or more days worth of non-perishable food, and remember your pets too. Have a manual can opener for canned food, as the electricity may be out. Store 5 or more days worth of bottled water at 1 gallon per person per day. An easy way to remember this is that 1 case of 16-ounce bottled water is enough for one person for 3 days. Have baby or infant food and supplies for 5 days, if applicable. Have 2 flashlights and extra batteries. Have a family first aid kit and keep several days worth of prescription medications. A month's worth of medications preferable during the pandemic if at all possible. Include 2 face masks and nitrile gloves per person. If you use medical devices like hearing aids, have extra batteries on hand. Fully charge your cell phone and have charging cables and a small power bank for a quick emergency charge. Keep valuable documents such as passports, insurance information, or medical information in a waterproof bag or container for quick evacuation if needed. Make digital copies stored elsewhere with a family member or in the cloud. Keep a small amount of cash for use if ATMs are not operating in a power failure. And don't forget to keep your pets warm and dry in cold weather emergencies. If you're cold, they're cold. Heavy snow, ice, and high winds can topple trees and snag power lines. Watch out for downed trees and treat all downed power lines as being energized. If you see a sparking line, stay 4 car lengths away from it and call 911. Everyone should be prepared for unexpected power outages any time of the year. That means having working flashlights, battery lanterns, and headlamps handy, along with plenty of spare batteries. Headlamps are inexpensive and keep both hands free. Notice I didn't mention candles. We don't want to create a potential fire hazard in the middle of a snowstorm. Fully charge your cell phone before the power goes out. Remember that if you have a landline phone with a remote handset, it will not work without power. Notify BGE of a power outage by calling 800-865-0123. Text the word OUT to 69243 or visit bge.com/outage if you still have internet access. This ensures that BGE is aware of your specific neighborhood being without electricity. They will do their best to restore power as quickly as possible during or after the storm, starting with the main transmission lines. If you have a generator, get it checked by a professional early in the season and use it correctly. Our fire marshal says generators should be operated in a well-ventilated location, outdoors away from doors, windows, and vent openings. Similarly, keep grills, camp stoves, propane or gas heaters out of the house. Don't become a victim of carbon monoxide poisoning. If someone relies on electrically powered medical devices, they should have a working generator or plan ahead to safely move to a location that has stable electricity. Keep refrigerator and freezer doors closed and the temperature turned down as low as possible. Once the power goes out, food in a refrigerator is good only for about 4 hours, since they tend to be opened and closed frequently. Food in a freezer is generally good for up to 2 days. But remember, if in doubt, throw it out. Don't take a chance on getting foodborne illness. Now consider what to do after the storm passes. The best way to avoid cold weather health threats is to stay inside in the warmth. Even without electricity, Staying indoors wrapped in layers will help keep you warm. Rely on the emergency supply kit that you assembled well before the storm. Confirm that you, your family, and your neighbors are safe. Call 911 for any life-threatening emergencies. Assess any property damage and take pictures for insurance claims. Do not travel unless absolutely necessary. Be careful even just walking outside your home. Remember that icy steps and sidewalks may not look slippery, but can cause unexpected falls and injuries. After dressing in layers, gloves, and a hat, shovel snow safely. Take frequent breaks and hydrate. If you have a chronic illness, especially a heart issue, do not shovel snow. Ask someone to help you. Dense, wet snow is heavy. Push the snow rather than lifting it. Shovel 2 inches several times rather than 6 inches at one time. Lift with your legs, not with your back. Use snow blowers and especially chainsaws for downed limbs very, very carefully. Try to plan ahead to move in a warm place well before the deep cold arrives. The county will open warming centers if the temperature dips below 20 degrees, including the wind chill. The locations and specific hours open are announced through broadcast and social media. During current pandemic restrictions, warming centers are limited to our 4 county police stations that have community rooms, which are open overnight during cold weather emergencies. Warming centers are disability accessible and have water and restroom facilities, but these are not shelters, so food, bedding, and medical care is not available. Anyone experiencing or observing medical emergency should call 911. Pets are not allowed in any warming center, but accommodation will be made for service animals. Children must be accompanied by an adult at all times. We encourage everyone to subscribe to our Alert Anne Arundel mass notification system. This allows the county government to send emergency messages in a user's choice of several languages to citizens who subscribe their cell phones to the free service. You may subscribe online at our website at www.aacounty.org/OEM for Office of Emergency Management. Or you can call our office at 410-222-0600 to subscribe by phone. If you have questions about emergency preparedness or would like to schedule a presentation for your community group, please call the Office of Emergency Management at 410-222-0600 or visit us online. Please remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Nextdoor. This is Jim Krempel, Community Outreach Coordinator with the Anne Arundel County Office of Emergency Management, thanking you for your interest in being better prepared for winter weather or any emergency.